Hey guys, how we doing? So I want to show you a couple new things. I think there are two new knives and just a couple new upgrades I did before the show. Now the start of the day, it's this one. I did this one the second day after the small one. You know, the small one broke one of my best customers. He just had to have it, so he instantly reached out for me, paid me $2 million and got it. And I gotta say, that was probably one of the hardest sell for me. I knew that I want to sell it, but it was just one of those that I really wanted to bring it with me to the show because it was so nice. That one had the satin finish, and after it was sold, I knew I have to do another one from that second piece I had. And I did a large one just because I had actually I have a lot of I had more smaller flippers than I had the large flippers. So even though I personally like small still better, I think there's kind of more options there to play around with the shapes and it comes out better. I still, I know a lot more people actually do like large ones regardless of what I like better. But so I did a large one. Just as nice, that really nice uniform orange line around. Only difference is that this one has more of a black on the bottom of the scale, but the rest, I mean, you can still see that really cool, like the pattern, it almost like a painting. Really like it. This one is kind of a little fancier because this one has stainless steel pivot collar, which is really nice. Actually a nice way because it's the easy pivot collar when it was actually precision tubing. And the advantage of it is, it's if you count aboard 5/16 for the screws and for the head, you have actually bigger gap than I have right now between the head and the collar, so it's kind of better fit. It's slightly smaller than 5/16 on the inside diameter, and it got that little cool kind of shiny ring around the pivot. Same thing, unidirectional carbon fiber clip. Kind of like that spoon, just nice switch, nice and even. Did the copper wash on this one. I like it. It looks weird now when it just starts happening, because right now it starts happening just from people, me and family and friends that were here from handling it. But it looks weird that you still have that bright copper here and it starts patina. It looks weirder on the camera than it is in the person. But what's gonna happen is it's gonna turn into, like this, and this, it might look boring on the camera, but in person it's really, I mean, you can kind of see the hints of it here. Patina copper wash is really cool. I really like it. So that was that, and then the next day I took a challenge on another black Damascus, just like this one. Kind of wanted to do the same thing, but I said, this time I'm not gonna give up on the green. There was a plan when I was making this one. On the beginning of it, when I did the pocket clip, I wanted to go for the toxic green, like this. And I had really cool toxic green on the pocket clip, but I had a hell of a time matching it on the scale, backspacer, collar and everything. So back then I gave up and I just went for the blue, because blue is kind of easy to match. When you put them all together into the solution, but because every piece is different size and different kind of finish, it's black Damascus and titanium. Really small, really small, kind of like medium size. They behave differently. The speed, how quick they reach certain colors and certain shades of colors is different, so it's kind of tricky. But blue is kind of simple. With green, it was tricky, and it took me good couple of attempts to nail this, but I mean, if you look at it, you can see that even the titanium side with the black Damascus accents, it's just like perfect tone match. It's just really cool green. And I know green is probably not a lot of people's first choice when they think, knife, but if you see it in person, there is something really cool about it. And on the camera right now I see it looks kind of dull. In real life, it really is very vivid green. It's like a really nice and fresh green grass. That's kind of green it is, almost to the toxic green. And I think it works well with that copper wash blade and that nice and satin switch. But again, it's a taste, so everybody's different. Some people might like it, some people might hate it. I'm telling you, I really like it. And I never thought of myself as a big green fan, but ever since I started playing with the titanium and the new anodizing machine, That green grows on me really quick. Another proof of how it grows on me is my old personal small flipper. Got the blue-green two-tone. You know, literally like half is blue and they blend and it goes all the way to that green. I just like it a lot. The thing is that that green, when you hit that green just right, when it's just that right tone on the titanium, if it would focus, it doesn't look like titanium anymore. It doesn't look like it's made out of metal anymore. It just, for some reason, it looks like it's made out of stone, like a jade stone. You know, the jade, the actual, like why the jade G10 is called jade G10 is because of the jade stone. That's what it reminds me of. It's different green, but it just has that kind of look to it, that kind of like a glossy, stony look, and I really like it. Really dig it. And the blue also, it's a high voltage blue. It just looks so cool. It's very vivid, not so dark. I like it. I mean, like I said, you know, I like everything. I like boring grays and blacks, but I also like colors, so I can appreciate pretty much anything. And did this one today. This one was a very quick job. It, like, if you actually study it, it's so bad. But I needed to just make a scale out of this marble carbon fiber. I promise, what's his name? Nate, that I'm gonna check out his marble carbon fiber before he starts offering it, see if it's all good, if there are no voids inside, how it looks when you sand in it and when it's actually finished product. Gotta say, I like it. Really beautiful texture on it. The patterns of that marble inside, you can kind of still see why I did it really quick, because, you know, I'm packing and getting everything ready for a blade, so I don't have, this is my personal knife, so it doesn't really have to be perfect. I just need to see if the material is good, and I love it. Really cool pattern in it. One side is, where's that other piece? I have a piece here. One side is perfectly straight and the other side has, like, sometimes you have a little lips here, but you know, as long as this side is perfectly flat, that's all you need really. So that it worked out well, no problems, you know, while doing it. But came out good. And you see this one, they got the little facelift too. Changed it, since it was a part, I changed the titanium to recarbonize the lug on it, but it's that good old, the one that used to have that orange and black carbon fiber from Composite Craft has the marble now. I like it, you know, this is the one I actually carry a lot. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the large flippers, this one is just so light and you have so much blade that I just like it. I've been switching them, but I carry this one more often because, believe it or not, they're about the same weight and you have half-inch more blade on this one compared to that. But, you know, like I said, these are going to blade. You know, if somebody, like I said, you know, I'm not really trying to like brown bagging there. I'm gonna try not to do that. It's not about that. Not like I need to sell them there really. I just want people to see them in person. If somebody really wants, you know, we can walk out or something, they can get it there. I know a lot of people hate brown bagging. I can understand it. At the same time, I think it's a little, people take it to, people kind of overreact sometimes, like the, you know, people there and everybody. I've heard some horror stories. Because if you think about it, what's the difference between selling there and trading, you know? Not to mention that I've only thanks to me and people like me, there are thousands of people who actually don't even know what Blade Show is, before they wouldn't even know, so you're doing them a big promotion. But I understand what's like, why really, you know, because there are a lot of people who wouldn't sell anything otherwise, and you know, they get those customers that they don't have there. It's a little different in my case, I think. But I'm still gonna try to, you know, go by the rules. Don't do it inside. Don't step on anybody's toes. But I'm really excited to have, you know, friends and people that I look up to check out these, see what they think, and just meet all the good buddies there. It's gonna be awesome time. And also, oh, almost forgot. Big thanks to Jason. Jason sent me this one. He wants me to take a look at it, see how I like it. It came yesterday. Didn't have much time to play with. One thing I did got to play with is it's insane smooth flipper. There is just something about the way it flips. It's super smooth, obviously. I mean, he's done it before many times, but it's incredible, really cool. The only thing what I'm gonna do like a better video about this later when I get to play with it more after the show. I think the flipper would be a little nicer if it wasn't so kind of pointed that way. It's not that it is not hurtful or something, it's not painful, but I think it would be kind of nicer if it was angled a little different way, but it's pretty cool. It's funny because when I was doing this, right now I have a day of a kind of rest, but day and a half back, no matter how comfortable of a flipper it would be or anything, it hurted me. This was so messed up from doing, I mean, I've been doing folders now almost 3 weeks non-stop, so you can imagine that my fingers are kind of messed up. It's not the easiest thing on your fingers, but really nice work on this. Jason is stepping up the game a lot on a lot of things about his knives. So I think this one is, what is this one called, just so I put the name there too, VR71. I think it's his upcoming like a mid-tech model. Design-wise, not my you know, first choice from his blades, but I mean, you know, like always, design and the looks are always, they're just objective. That's one thing what people don't understand. Design and looks and colors and all that nonsense, that's all personal opinion. There's nothing more about it. Now how it works and all that, that's something else. That's objective. That's not opinion anymore, really. It's how it works, how smooth it is and all that stuff. And he's doing one hell of a job with this. Really nice finish on the titanium, on the carbon fiber. Perfect grinds, nice and smooth. You know, it is a hollow grind. Cringe. But it is like, it's perfect, you know, like the way they are done. Really nice. I think he has them, I think CNC pre-grinds them, but I think, if I remember right, he told me before, he still goes there by hand, and these grinds are, you know, cleaned up and finished by hand with some finer wheels, I guess, because I'm pretty sure machine doesn't leave this kind of finish. And I know when back when which one was, I think, Reloader, you know, it was ground by a machine, but then it was still the last final cleanup was by hand, so somebody is there by the grinder doing all these final touches, which is pretty sweet. Look at that nasty switch, looking good. So Jason, thank you. I'll definitely make better video about it later after the blade, talk about it more. I'll definitely try to make a video with you at your table. It's gonna be cool to hang out again. Guys, thank you for all the support, thank you for watching. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.